Dobro Utra. Good morning. For those of you who don't speak English, you have a moment to put on your earphones. I'm sorry, I don't speak Bulgarian yet. I'm working on it. The power of education transforms nations and sets them on a path to success by unleashing a country's potential. The America for Bulgaria Foundation takes this to heart, as education is core to our mission, which, in as few words as possible, is to develop a vibrant market economy. To do this, the ABF takes a strategic approach to identify and unleash Bulgaria's potential. As you can, there we are. As you can see on this slide, we have work to do. The 2012 PISA test found that 40% of Bulgaria's 15-year-olds are functionally illiterate. At the same time, it's true that Bulgaria is the birthplace of some of the world's finest mathematicians, as noted by Harvard's Dean of Undergraduate Admissions. Unquestionably, there's a huge gap here. And how do we address this? You all know the answer. It's education. It's quality education. But before I tell you how we are approaching education, I'd like to provide a quick background about the America Bulgaria Foundation and how it came to be, because I think it's an interesting story to tell. America for Bulgaria Foundation has been working in Bulgaria since 2009, but our roots go much deeper than that. ABF was made possible as a result of the success of the Bulgarian American Enterprise Fund, which was established by the United States Congress in 1992. The purpose was to invest in Bulgaria's private sector. The BAF was granted $55 million, US taxpayer dollars, to invest in Bulgaria. And as those of you who were around then in 1992 realize, it was a very difficult time. We came to Bulgaria. We were private, tax-exempt corporation working with US tax dollars. We invested in Bulgaria's businesses, and we did really well. We started with $55 million. We turned it into more than $450 million. How did we do that? By working with well-educated, talented, and ambitious Bulgarian employees. We recognized their potential, and we allowed them to grow and thrive. And because of their hard work, we made over $450 million in Bulgaria. Thank you. But what's most important is we paid back the US government half of its original investment, which was we agreed to before we knew we were going to make so much money. So unheard of, we paid back the US government. And because this money was made in Bulgaria, we felt strongly that it should remain in Bulgaria. And it has, through the America for Bulgaria Foundation. We endowed the foundation with $400 million. And that money is staying and working in Bulgaria. So how do we spend that money? We're the largest charitable foundation in Bulgaria, and with this $400 million endowment, we fund projects in 6 areas of interest. You can see what they are: agriculture, arts and culture, cultural heritage, civil society and democratic institutions, the economically disadvantaged, and what brings us here today, education. In the 8 years of our existence, the foundation has invested $185 million in those 6 areas, with education accounting for the largest part of it, $106 million. Now, we've spent $185 out of our $400, but we still have $400, because we're very fortunate to have a volunteer board of directors with a very savvy investment committee, and thankfully the US stock market's been very good to us. So out of the $400 we started with, we've spent $185, and we still have just shy of 400 left. Depends on what the stock market's doing, but we're here for the long term, investing in Bulgaria. We funded a total of 128 educational projects throughout the country, each represented by a little dot. Our programs have reached every third school in Bulgaria, annually 10% of all students, and 20% of all educators in Bulgaria. With regard to education, our ambition is to support Bulgaria by developing its human capital, improving the quality of education, raising the prestige of the teaching profession, nurturing education as a core value, and helping to close the achievement gap. Our mission, as I said earlier, is to develop the private sector. And in order to do this, we need an educated population. Only with an educated workforce will Bulgaria become a successful and prosperous nation. One of my favorite things that we do is called Museko. I hope you've been there. If you've not, please take time to go. It's a science, technology, and educational museum, a STEM museum for Bulgaria's children, ages 3 to 12, and adults. It's wonderful. And it's in Sofia. And it was a $21 million investment that we opened about a year ago, exactly a year ago. And it's wildly popular. So please bring your students, bring your family, come visit. ABF's initiatives are focused on good teaching, which now would be a good time to shout out to Evgenia and her team at Teach for Bulgaria for the good work that they do. Yep, that would be good. We're preparing students for jobs of the future. We support the local capacity for data-driven policymaking. And we share some of the U.S. best practices in education through Teach for Bulgaria and training for teachers, principals, and technology directors. We do this in cooperation with Columbia University in New York City and Bank Street College in New York City. And these programs, just if I can introduce a few of our staff members, are coordinated through our own education team. Natalia, where'd you go, Natalia Mitova? Natalia, is Stacy here? Nope, not Stacy. And I don't know if most of you have met Desislava Telyakova, our executive director, who's been with the foundation since its founding. Highly skilled human capital is the best investment to help Bulgaria achieve a high-growth, knowledge-driven, competitive market economy. And that's what we're here to do, and I'm glad you share our vision for Bulgaria's future. And I thank you for your commitment to education, and we will continue our commitment to education. And I wish you well today, and thank you for your time. Thank you.